The Dancing Snowman's Christmas Surprise. And now, attention, a riddle. I am made of snow and full of joy. Oh, movin' and groovin' is my favorite ploy. The forest animals thought I was wrong until I taught them a Christmas song. Professor Hoot said, "Stand still and tall." But I turned Christmas into a magical ball. What makes me different from others, you see? Choose the answer. Maybe I can fly in the sky like a bird, or I can dance and never want to stand still, or I can turn into water when I'm excited. You will find out the correct answer at the end of the story. Deep in the snowy forest, where evergreen trees wore fluffy white coats and icicles sparkled like diamond necklaces, there lived a most unusual snowman. His name was Twinkletoes, and he had one peculiar habit that made him different from all other snowmen. He simply couldn't stay still. A proper snowman should stand perfectly still and look dignified. His creator, a wise old owl named Professor Hoot, had told him. But Twinkletoes couldn't help himself. His stick arms would wiggle, his coal buttons would shimmy, and his carrot nose would bounce up and down whenever he heard the winter wind whistle through the trees. The forest animals were quite puzzled by their energetic neighbor. Benjamin Bear, who was supposed to be hibernating, would peek out of his den just to watch Twinkletoes practice his dance moves. Rachel Rabbit would hop by daily, giggling at the sight of the snowman attempting to moonwalk on his snowy base. "You're going to melt if you keep moving like that," warned Felix Fox, swishing his bushy tail with concern. Snowmen are supposed to be statues, not dancers. But Twinkletoes would just smile his coal-lined smile and say, "Life is too short to stand still. Besides, dancing keeps my snow nice and fluffy." As Christmas approached, the forest animals began preparing for their annual Christmas Eve gathering. Every year, they would meet in the clearing to share treats and stories. But this year, something was different. Many of the younger animals seemed less excited than usual. "What's wrong?" Twinkletoes asked little Lucy Lynx, who was sitting alone one day, looking glum. "Christmas just doesn't feel magical anymore," Lucy sighed. "We do the same thing every year. We sit in a circle, eat pinecone cookies, and listen to the same old stories." This gave Twinkletoes an idea. That night, while the forest slept, he bounced and rolled from animal to animal, whispering his plan. Even Professor Hoot, who usually disapproved of such silly schemes, had to admit it was a wonderful idea. On Christmas Eve, as the animals gathered in the clearing, they found Twinkletoes standing unusually still in the center. The full moon cast a silvery glow over his snow-white body, making him look almost magical. "Welcome to the first ever Forest Christmas Dance Party," he suddenly announced, his coal mouth spreading into a wide grin. Professor Hoot perched on a nearby branch and began hooting a jolly tune, while the woodpeckers joined in with their rhythmic tapping. "But we don't know how to dance," squeaked Mickey Mouse, hiding behind his tail. "Nonsense," Twinkletoes laughed. "Everyone can dance. Watch me." And with that, he began to move in the most delightful way. His stick arms swayed like branches in the wind, his snow body twisted and turned, and his scarf fluttered merrily. At first, The animals just watched, amazed. But then Rachel Rabbit started tapping her foot. Benjamin Bear began swaying side to side. Soon, Felix Fox was spinning in circles, and Lucy Lynx was teaching the other young animals a possum new dance move she'd invented. The clearing transformed into a magical dance floor. Squirrels twirled from branch to branch, dropping sparkly snow that looked like glitter. Deer pranced gracefully between the trees, their hooves creating beautiful patterns in the fresh snow. Even the usually serious Professor Hoot was bobbing his head to the rhythm. As the night went on, something extraordinary happened. The more Twinkletoes danced, the more his joy seemed to spread through the forest. The northern lights appeared in the sky, painting everything in beautiful colors that danced along with them. It was as if the whole forest had come alive with Christmas magic. When midnight approached, everyone gathered around Twinkletoes, their faces glowing with happiness. "This was the best Christmas Eve ever!" Lucy Lynx exclaimed, her eyes sparkling. "Can we do this again next year?" "Of course!" Twinkletoes beamed. "After all, what's Christmas without a little dancing?" From that day forward, the forest animals never again told Twinkletoes to stand still. They realized that sometimes the most magical moments come from being exactly who you are, even if that means being a snowman who can't stop dancing. As for Twinkletoes, he continued to dance through the winter, bringing smiles to everyone who passed by. And on quiet nights, if you listen carefully, you might hear the sound of music in the forest, the happy tune of a snowman teaching the animals new dance moves, reminding everyone that there's no wrong way to spread Christmas joy. The end. And now the correct answer to the riddle. The correct answer is, I can dance and never want to stand still. Twinkletoes was special because he loved to dance and move around, unlike other snowmen who stand still. His dancing spirit helped bring joy to the forest's Christmas celebration and showed everyone that being different can be wonderful. Hope you enjoyed it.